guys, Rick Shaw here on the 23rd of March 2022. We got a nice beautiful day out here. Sun's still nice and hot, but again we got a nice breeze, so that's pretty cool. We had last Sunday when I was doing live, we had a power outage for a good part of the day from 8 until 4:30. Then last night, my wife and I stayed up a little bit late and was watching a movie. And it was the one with the Titanic dude where he was back in the fur trapping days. That was okay, I guess. But the power went out again. We were able to finish watching it on the phone, but the power was out again last night. And it just kicked off again. You know, this power company, this Badalec over here, they got like one job. That's their job, and they can't seem to do it. That's just the way it goes. But I'm watching the news, and it's just ridiculous. You know, now all of a sudden, this COVID-19, it seems to only be hitting these ultra-libs. You know, Obama, Peppermint Patty, and now Hillary, you know, they all got COVID-19. Isn't that something? So it's targeting them now. So at least it's going to leave the rest of us alone, I believe. But maybe they should go into quarantine for the next 2 years and just not let them out. Maybe a quarantine with some bars on the front of the cage. That would be kind of cool. But I was watching old Joe talking about, you know, the new world order's coming in, and they want to be the ones that run it. You know? Here we go, guys. Here we go. And then he's got this nominee for SCOTUS justice, and of course it's this woman that's really light on the pedos and all this kind of stuff. So I'm sure that's just to help cover their own butts. You know, they'll run everything through all the way to the Supreme Court, and then they'll be covered. So, you know, that's the way that goes. But one thing that happened when I was watching this Supreme Court stuff going on. Cruz is on there, and I think he's just controlled opposition. I don't think he's anything to help anybody out. But honestly, guys, all the way back, I remember when I was younger, and they had the contract with America with Newt Gingrich and all this stuff, and oh yeah, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know something? Nothing's changed. It just, all it did was slow down the march towards where we're at today. So I don't buy any of them. None of them. I don't really care. None of them. I don't. As far as I'm concerned, they're all against us. Every single one of these people up in politics in the U.S. So, but that nominee gets some brownie points because she said in a case she had that she was defending somebody, and she said that Rumsfeld and Bush were war criminals. Hey, you know, horse is a horse, of course. But that's something else. But the other thing that I'm seeing on the news, and I think this has fallen in the New World Order. This has just fallen in their plans, like with the trucker stuff. You know, anytime I see every country falling in line with something, it just seems to me it's a plan. Okay, you know, just with this COVID stuff and the masks and the lockdowns and kids not going to school and all this stuff. Now, you know, they had the truckers, and you're shutting the supply chains down. And the other thing, now they got up in Canada, the railroad strike. Okay? Now, they claim they're still going to work for a little bit, 72 more hours or something like that. But it's just shutting down the food. I mean, come on. I think this is part of the plan. You know, and people are falling for it. They're just falling for it. It's really a shame. And then, of course, you see over in Ukraine now they're admitting that you know, they were putting their artillery and stuff in residential neighborhoods. You know, okay, so that's coming out. I don't know, but they had a thing on there. They were talking about a lot of people wouldn't vote for Biden again the next election, and they said Trump was way down there too, which I'm not buying. And they said Zelensky would be the best one to run for president. Hey, might as well. You know something? We had a guy in there who wasn't born in America before, so, you know, why not this guy? It doesn't seem to matter who's in there, guys. It just doesn't matter. It all looks good and looks wonderful and all this. It's pie in the sky. You know, look, Trump was in there. Okay, and they keep talking about this this election fraud and all this kind of stuff. And what's going to be done about it? Nothing. They're just going to keep talking about it and get you all hyped up. Oh boy, so we sit on our hands and do nothing. I don't know. And then the other thing too, I was thinking about too with this, with these high gas prices. This is another thing that's fallen into the New World Order. How are you going to get a big push for this green crap where they can control your car? All these Tesla cars, you can shut them off. They did a thing where they want to shut off all the Tesla cars over in Ukraine or Russia. I think it was Russia where they were going to do it. So they want to push us all into the same thing, just like the banking. Just like our banking. You want to go to a cashless society. Look what's happening up in Canada. Okay, you're a bad boy. You got a social credit score, and you're a bad boy. They shut you off. They shut your transportation off. They shut your money off. So is this what everybody wants? I don't think so. But the other thing I saw on there I thought was kind of interesting was somebody put up a report that supposed to be somebody that's in the know. We'll see. But they think they were going to have Camel Toe go over there to the Ukraine to talk about what's going on, have meetings with these people. Now she might say she's a born-again idiot, this one. So, sending her anywhere, how ridiculous is that? Unless they want to get something on them because maybe she sleeps with them, I don't know. And who would want to? She's getting pretty crispy, I'd say. But now they're going to send old Joe, and this one place is saying, oh yeah, they might assassinate him, and then blame it on Russia. And I can see something like that happens. They're really trying to push this WW3. They're trying to hide all the rest of the stuff that's going on. This is all what this is about. This is to keep you diverted onto this, and I'm even looking at it quite a bit. I'm getting tired of this. You see one thing that he's bombing the heck out of civilians and all this, and then you get another story that it's the Ukrainians bombing their own people. So what's what? Personally, I think none of our business. All these wars. You look at the United States. All the damn wars they start and fund and keep going, so that they can make money. I'm for isolation. Well, I can't even speak this morning. Just isolate ourselves from all that. Get out of it. Get somebody to get out of it. That was one thing I liked about Trump. No wars. He was getting us out of all this bull crap. Of course, that's why he's not in anymore, because they can't fund their money. And I don't understand these people. Like now they're saying this laptop, they're supposed to be letting it out. Of course, MSN isn't going to really tell you what's really going on with that, but they're talking about releasing a lot of stuff off of there. And there's been pictures coming out of him with little tiny girls with no clothes on, and these girls are in bikinis. I was never one for these little tiny baby shows. They had a TV show on for a while about where they got these little girls and they're all dressed up in revealing outfits. That's pedo stuff, guys. You don't put your little tiny one. I remember here when my daughter was in the school and they wanted to take pictures, and the first thing that really ticked me off was they put lipstick on her after they put it on a whole bunch of other kids. That's not smart here. And they'll do that crap in the schools here if you're not watching out. And I went and gave them a hard time on that one and was getting ready to pull her out. But I don't want her all made up like she's a strumpet. She's a kid. She's just a baby. And you know something? I'd like to keep that going on as long as possible. She is a beautiful little doll. She's not to be all in revealing clothes and all that stuff. That just leads to trouble. That's just a big mess. And they had these shows on this, and they show the parents get mad, and these poor little kids are crying. They don't want to do this crap. Like that JonBenet Ramsey. What happened to that one? What happened to that poor kid? So I'm not into any of that. I'm not into any of that kind of stuff at all. But these pedos are, when you start putting all the news together, you're going to start to see that, yeah, they're trying to cover their asses, these pedos. And I do believe there's quite a few of them. There's just so dang many pedos around, and sick little tiny wienered sickos, basically. And I'm just... It just gets me. They were talking about this SCOTUS one, how she was letting them off, and she gave her explanation that, because it's on the internet, it's not so bad, and all this. Oh, come on. They confirmed this one. Then you'll definitely 100% know they're all in on this together, because that's something you got to fight. And whatever happened to we the people? What happened? Why isn't everybody outraged like crazy on this one? Why are everybody should be out there? They should be at every Capitol building right now, stopping this stuff. Because how long is it going to be before you're next? I've seen different reports that hundreds of thousands of kids go missing every year. Now look at all this crap on the border. They're bringing them in. And you hear about this adrenochrome. Can they really be making this up for so long? It's just really, to me, it's just astounding that this crap goes on. And it's just, they're letting them. These people are running the show. I think they're all sick. I don't believe that Biden and Harris are really running anything. I think they're just nothing but puppets, him and his new warlord or stuff, and we got to run it. Well, I think the U.S. would be the last place to run anything with all the sick people and all the crap they're pulling with all their HAARP. Look at Russia, just had a big hurricane, which they don't really have, and they talk about this HAARP stuff. Well, sure. Could that be real? You bet. You bet. Why do they got all these big antennas and stuff? And why are they spraying the skies all over the U.S. and different places? What are all these chemtrails? You never saw them before. I watch planes go over here all the time, and there's a little teeny weeny trail, vapor trail behind them, and it disappears. You never see one that's from horizon to horizon like you do in the States and crisscrossed and all that stuff. What are they dumping on you guys? It's just crazy. And what are they putting in our foods? Look at all the crap that's going on with McDonald's right now. I just seen a big thing that, a lot of these companies are pulling out of Russia. You know what? I would love to see them pull it out of the U.S. too. Get all this crap out. You look at the health of the people. It's horrible when they eat that garbage. It's all garbage, And what are they putting in this food? You look at the people. Look at the people who eat the food. I see people all the time. They'll go in and they're in there, and what do? They get this super huge jug, like a quart. It's like a quart-sized thing of pop if they're eating with their food. First off, keeps you with the carbonation, keeps you from digesting, and then it's throwing all kinds of sugar all over you. And talk about discombobulating your system. I ate a little bit of cake when we had the birthdays here, and I'll tell you what, it made me a little bit sick, because I don't eat a lot of sugar. I pretty much do my best to stay away from it, and it got me messed up a little bit. So, but here you look at these places where you go to eat, everything's loaded with sugar. In this country too, my goodness, holy cow, and fried. Not only sugar, but fried. And I do believe in like frying in the ghee or frying in animal fats compared to the oils, because the oxygenation of the oils, you take antioxidants. So oil oxidizes as soon as it goes in the bottle. And then when you fry it, you're just super oxygenating it. So that's something I got away from a long time ago. I make the ghee. I just made some yesterday, and came out really good. I got a new trick when I do the ghee. I put it in that flat ceramic pan. I put the fire on real low. I got that little hooded thing so the wind don't blow it out. We had a pretty windy day yesterday. And I just turn it on super low until it quits bubbling. I don't touch it. I used to pick the stuff out and all that. Don't do that, because then you get big crunchies in there. And then I just go right from the pan and pour it into my bottle, stick it in the fridge for a couple hours so it thickens, put it on the shelf. I get no crunchies in the bottom. It doesn't burn. And all you got to do is just wait until the bubbles quit on a super duper low heat. I got that. I really love this stove because it has that one burner that's a pencil burner, and you need that for control. The only thing we have to watch the wind in the house. It's extremely breezy in there, and even today, it's just really something. We got the windows open upstairs and the door, and there's so much air moving through the house right now. You don't even really need the fan. That's how nice it is. And out here, look at this. Look at the clothes all blowing around. So Even though it gets really hot, it seems we always got a nice breeze. Okay, buddy. And my little bicycle riding buddies here. We have to watch them on this construction site. They're not really wanting to do anything about all the debris. Even the construction guys are worried about the kids cutting through and stuff, saying don't do that because it's dangerous. And they're helping me keep them out of this crap. They don't have any way of hauling it away. They get paid to do what they do, and Demeterland doesn't want to put any kind of dumpster. Or I remember I used to help my buddy when we used to do roofs. He used to get these big bags. They were huge bags, bigger than the footprint of the car, a little bit wider, a little bit longer. And we'd throw all our stuff in that, and they would come in and pick it up and haul it away, and they would charge him by weight, and of course on what it was. Different items were more. Shingles were a lot more because they got to dispose of them a certain way. But I remember when I was working out in the Midwest, there was a guy who would dispose of the stuff, and when it was shingles or tires or anything he wanted to get rid of. I had a buddy that bought a place. It was way out in the country. And behind the place was 20,000 tires. The guy was taking, he had a tire place, and he was taking all the old tires and just putting them behind his place, full of mosquitoes and stuff. Well, he took them down to this guy, and they put them in a hole in the ground, and then he was injecting air in there so they wouldn't be the smoke. Now, I don't know, I heard that he was collecting up all the oils from the burning, because you can reburn that. You can burn that again. So, but that's how they were doing it out there in the Midwest. I don't even know if that's legal anymore. I really don't. But we'll see. That's just my little spiel for today. Anybody hears any other news that I missed, let me know. I haven't really been looking at it. The kids and I, we've been doing a lot of bike riding and goofing around and stuff like that. So I'm not really on that phone looking at it so much. Telegram's getting a little bit goofy. A lot of stuff is coming in Spanish. Article after article is just all in Spanish. I didn't click anything to say put it in Spanish. I don't know what the heck he is saying. I don't read Spanish, so I don't know why they all of a sudden did that. And it's a lot of it, a whole bunch of it. And there's no translate button. I wish they had a translate button. Sometimes on Facebook, if there's somebody puts a write-up on there, it says translate, and I can change it, at least so I can read it. But Telegram doesn't have that option, which is kind of a bummer. And you see a lot of these platforms like the DuckDuckGo, how they went south on us, they're in all this baloney. But yet, if you're on Facebook, you can say, you can do in the Russian dude, and they're going to let you go on that now. But you do it to anybody else in your histoire. So that's really crazy. You want to do the honor, sweetheart?
Don't forget to pray for our child. This is Richard. Bye-bye.
That's my beautiful baby girl. We'll see you guys.